Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing. And once again, 3 weeks in a row, we're going undefeated with the True King Yang Zings. This deck is just really overpowered. I'm learning more and more about the deck as I play and like realizing more broken combos in like grindy situations. And I'm starting to realize just like this deck's infinite potential. It's just like untapped. It's such a great deck. It's so underrated and very hard to counter. And y'all know how we do it, so we're just going to hop right into this deck profile without any rambling. So starting off with 3 copies of Lithosagem. I'm no longer calling him Lithosagem. I just like calling him Lithosagem. It sounds really cool. This guy is just so clutch. He not only gets rid of the problem, which is Dweller, but some decks, you know, that run up for example, you know, that one Chakanine or that one Tiger Mortar. Sometimes like in the Lightsworn matchup, like Michael can be a problem. So like he just gets rid of those extra deck problems. And even playing like Lynx, you know, like if you get rid of like one of their Link Spiders, you know, their Gofu combo's done, it's dead. So Lithosagem is just so powerful, and his Grave effect, or his effect when he's destroyed, is actually the best one. I've used him, you know, to revive Dinlong. I've used him to revive Chao Feng, to bring back Baxia, Baxia's effect, bring back Magma Dragon be something back. Like I've literally gone from 1 to 5. It's just really broken. This guy's really clutch, and he has the most targets because I like to, you know, get rid of that Dweller right away. And moving forward in tandem with him, we played 3 copies of Barastos the Fathomer. This guy is so legit for the combos. I love using his actual effect because back row is becoming more prevalent. Seeing how Trick Stars, you know, are creeping their way into the meta. He's just really powerful. And once you reveal him, that's your only chance to respond. And if you let him go off, his entire effect kicks in as one monster effect. So you can no longer strike. So he's gonna banish everything, and you know you get to destroy 2 monsters because it's gonna be under Calamities, which is one of my favorite combos. You know, Call Water, pop 2 of your monsters, banish 2 of your back rows, punch for 54. It's like one of my favorite combos, and him and Lithosagem are the best True Kings to destroy via Diagram, Baxia, or another True King's effect. And on something really cool, this deck is so powerful in Link format because you're 1 extra monster zone. You use cards like the True Kings, Diagrams, and even a Baxia that you revive from Grave off of Lithosagem to clear your extra monster slot. So many games I've done that where, you know, I was sitting on a Baxia, and after I shuffled cards in my opponent's field, I popped Baxia using his own effect, summoned a second Baxia, cleared more, then used that one, popped him, and then landed on the Calamities after that. It was just so freaking broken. The deck is insane. Like it really just abuses the Link mechanic, like because it doesn't affect the deck. Like you just sit on the 1 zone and then revive all your Synchros from Grave. You can even revive Calamities from Grave off of your Lithosagem, and on his effect is it's not a detach, so you can just destroy your opponent's monsters, bring out your True Kings, get your combos popping. It's just really overpowered, and most of the time you're triggering multiple spell speed 1 effects, so your opponent just never gets to stop what you want to go off, which is really clutch. 3 copies of Mariamne. She's basically the Stratos of the deck, and I run a lot of targets for her. And also the latest addition to the side deck, which is Droll and Lockbird. He happens to be a win, so everything I side in, you know, including the Kaijus, has great synergy for all the True Kings because you have the attributes you need. Be safe, bro. And her effect to like banish the 4 cards of your opponent's deck has like literally won me games. Like I decked out True Dracos. It's stupid. I really love this card. She's like one of the most underrated. And 2 copies of Aine Mazud. This is more of a Go and Sector card, which is like, you know, that's the reason why I like to play him at 2. There are some times when you'll open up with, you know, your Barastos the Fathomer, your Swanee and him, and then that's the full-fledged combo. It's similar to a Jiaotu combo where you get your pluses. And I just love like the fact that you can destroy 2 of your opponent's monsters, banish a 3rd, and attack the other 2, breaking a field of 5 monsters, which is really overpowered. So Agni Mazud is just so clutch, and he's like the new Dante Surloop, where you go Agni Mazud, add Lithosagem back, Lithosagem, Special Summon Agni Mazud, give back Lithosagem. I've lived off of these 2 cards for like 3 turns. It's just stupid. So that sums up the True Kings. They're really broken. There's so many interactions with this deck. Like you'll just keep learning the more and more you play with this deck, and you realize like you're never gonna have to do the same thing. You'll be able to do so many different things, so many options. Like you just have to pick the best one. Move forward with the Yang Zins. We played 3 copies of Darkness. This guy is like the most OP combo in the deck. When you resolve Jiaotu, you're gonna end on your plus, and you get a free Dinlong, free 9 Pillars, and a free Yang Zing path. As I showed you guys in the video, where you can use Jiaotu actually to search twice via Dinlong and Zafranu, which you destroy off of your Baxia in the combo. It's really broken. 3 copies of Zafranu. He's one of the most important. He's a combo piece, an extender, and also he's a level 6, which helps you to climb to bigger sequels with each.
Actually, one of the games today, I'd use a Pu Lao, Chi Win, and him to summon Baxia on my opponent's turn because I was running low on resources, and he happened to help me to make Baxia. Just really, really powerful. I love the card. And then 3 copies of the Earth, Beyond. This guy, I run him at 3 because your Lithosojin is the most important True King, starting off with the combo. So, I want to have like a lot of life targets for him. When you open with him and you can just search off your Barastos, the Fathomer, like that is the combo that I showed you guys, the True King Yang Zing combo that is on my channel. That's one of the main combos. Like, it's just really, really powerful. Naturally, it's just a Yang Zing that matches the attribute of a True King and Barastos. But obviously, since this is at 3, you open with it more. And it's really powerful because it's searchable. Like, you can use Mariamne to search your Jiaotu targets and then go Jiaotu and then True King. It's just really, really broken. 2 copies of Fire to make your Synchros beefy and making Denlong on your opponent's turn with him via Denlong and, Denlong and then pop Denlong 9 Pillars from Grave, Chi Win, and then Swanee and Synchro to another Denlong. 2 copies of Water and 2 copies of Wind. So these are like some of my favorite Yang Zings. This is what I love to Synchro with when I'm going for a bigger, beefier Synchro to make sure, it's unaffected by back rows and make sure it can't be destroyed by battle, so that way my opponent has to resort to using a monster effect, which you deal with monster effects with, Calamities, Chao Fangs, Psalm Strikes, 9 Pillars. You have a lot of ways to stop monsters from going off. It's really, really powerful. 2 copies of Light. Chi Win is really spiking up in price. I might actually just sell my 3rd if I don't end up using it. And 1 Magma Dragon, this guy's like the MVP. Like, you Lithosojin, bring him back, use his effect, bring back like another True King, pop that off, and just combos for days. Once you get them from your deck to your grave, Baxia will literally become like a broken 1 to 5 combo. Like Baxia, pop Yang Zing goes off, P goes off. You just get a lot of monsters swarming the field. It's just so broken. Like, I literally came back today by popping Lithosojin with Diagram and brought back Baxia from grave. And it was just stupid. Like, I literally just shuffled making another Baxia because the one I brought back went to the main zone and just attacked for game. It's stupid. Moving forward to the spells, we're playing 3 copies of Yang Zing Path. Sometimes I'll open with this and it's really sad, but the cool thing is, if you actually open up with Diagram and 3 Yang Zing cards, as long as it is a monster, you can use that to become your Jiaotu outlet by popping the Yang Zing with Diagram, summon Jiaotu, trigger his effect, and then you still have the True King combo afterwards. So I have done that sometimes where I have to sacrifice the path because it's just like I can't do anything with it right now. 3 copies of Double D's, big titties, just get those combos popping. It makes a lot more, like, hands that are broken, it makes them just like game-winning hands. It's really, really good. 3 copies of Optimus Prime. We're maxing out on, the Double D's. I want to open up with Diagram. I don't even mind opening up with 2 because, when your opponent wastes that Ghost Ash and you have the second Terraforming, you literally make them waste a card, and then that's one less card you have to worry about and deal with and just overwhelm them. Like, most of my winning game, most of the games that I won today were actually OTKs, except when I played Trick Stars, which I literally just had to grind it out to the max. And 1 Soul Charge is just way too powerful to outrun. Something that I definitely want to try in the future is try to run a True King Yang Zing Zodiacs. I really want to see how it works, and I'm just going to add 6 cards and take 6 cards out and, add the Zoo engine. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. It's just something that's on my mind. 3 copies of 9 Pillars. This is just, it's one of the best cards in the game. Like, it's such a powerful negate card just because it shuffles and then reacts to your Yang Zing. When you activate this as Chainlink 3 or higher, your Yang Zing unfortunately will miss timing. So that's something you want to be aware of. Sometimes you don't want to activate this, and you just, because you want to keep your floater. So sometimes you don't want to use it, but for the most part, when you activate it as Chainlink 2, unless they have a 9 Pillars themselves, they're not going to stop it. And 2 Solemn Strikes. I only run the 5 traps because I don't want to draw into more than 1 trap. Like, I like to open with my combo and like a 9 Pillars or a Strike just to have more protection. So that sums up the main deck. Moving forward to the extra deck, we're playing 3 copies of Calamities. This card just wins games, especially going into time when your opponent can't actually attack. The only deck that can get you for damage is Trick Stars. But when you're negating, it's like it makes it really, really hard for them to get their effects off. The Licorice is a continuous effect, so that's a bit more difficult to manage. But for the most part, this guy just wins games, like just by himself. He's that broken. And the no hand effect has actually, helped me a lot playing against Trick Stars because, they try to activate effects from hand. It's just really, really clutch. And funny thing, like, there's hand traps like Jolan Lockbird and Ghost Ash. You can call wind or fire and you can actually stop those hand traps. It's really, really cool. I like it a lot. Chao Fang, this card is just, it's becoming more and more of a prevalent card. I love it so much. Because the activation can be anywhere, banish zone, grave, hand, or deck. It doesn't matter. He just stops it, period. he's just becoming more and more of a staple for me. Like, I've been going into him a lot more, and then afterwards using his effect, you know, punching, special summon any True King that match the attribute, and then going to calamities anyways. He's just really, really broken, and he basically searches any hand trap when he's destroyed except Maxi. Yazi is just way too OP. He's literally won me games just making him the right way. 3 copies of Baxia. I actually burned through all 3 in my game against Trickstars. It was just like, I was trying not to get Mirror Force, so I just had to keep shuffling his back row. And I was scared to attack until like there was no back row. And then I was like, good. Because even though I could make 1 Synchro unaffected by traps, the problem was I was trying to attack with a lot of monsters. And I couldn't protect them all from traps. So Baxia was just really, really powerful. And he's one of the best monsters to go into this deck, because once he's in your extra monster zone, you can use his effect, destroy himself, clearing the extra monster zone, and then make a second Baxia, do the same thing, and then make calamities, which I've done actually 2 times today. It's just really, really broken. Like, you actually don't need to run Link monsters in this deck, which is crazy. Double Denlong, he's just way too strong. You have to play him. Trish, because he's a level 9, you can make Trish your opponent and then go into calamities after that. BLs, if you make him unaffected by traps and spells, True Dracos are just never going to beat him, like ever. Blackwing Dragon is the newest addition to my extra deck because I play against a lot of Trickstars now. And this guy says literally no burn damage at all, and then I can make your monster a baby and then keep his effect live so that he'll gain his attack back. Blackwing, he's just an underrated Synchro, and I think he's going to become a staple of this format. If your deck can make Blackwing, I definitely recommend you run it, because Trickstars can't burn you at all, and that's their main way to win, which is really clutch. I mean, I know they could take your hand, but one of their alternative win conditions is to burn, so it's nice to just sit on this. And you just beef it up, you know, make it immune to traps and spells and just sit on him. And then 1 Black Rose, you can make it on your opponent's turn, and if you make it with Denlong, you can actually set up Black Rose as Chainlink 1 and then Denlong as Chainlink 2. Denlong will go off, bring out your floater, and then Black Rose activates, destroying your floater. And the last thing that will happen is your floater going off, so then you'll still have a field presence after that, which is really, really cool. And then the Phantom Fortress, because he's just a great rank 9, and a lot of times I'll go into him if there's a monster that can be targeted or destroyed, or sometimes like when I'm just trying to clear, you know, problematic cards from my opponent's hands, I'll take the gamble and, you know, banish his hand. The side deck is 3 Joel and Lockbirds. This card has great synergy, not only because he's what he does, but also he's a win for your Mariamne, the True King, which is really, really clutch. So I like how everything just has multiple uses, and it just gives you basically maximum value out of each card. 3 Raw Spear Mode. A lot of people give me hate for side decking this, but I have my reasons. I've ran into decks like Dinos and just different decks that just spam the field, like Lightsworns especially. You know, they spam way too much. The Kaijus, I only play the ones that work with my True King, so I don't actually play the light. I just like the fire, wind, earth, and water for the 4 True Kings, so that way, you know, your Kaijus have multiple ways. You know, there's multiple ways you can utilize them now, which is really, really cool. Like, you can actually resolve Slumber and then use your calamities, or just use a True King and then clear your Kaiju, for example, or clear your opponent's Kaiju, keep your Kaiju so you can be Kaiju, and go on from there. So it's really, really cool that when you open with Slumber, sometimes you might not have the attribute you need, but Slumber gets you there, because I play, you know, the matching attributes. So that's my reason for not playing the 3300, because it doesn't give me synergy. Similar to the Joel and Lockbird and the Kaijus, I want great synergy with all of my plays. I want multiple outlets and multiple uses. Double Dark Hole and 1 Raigeki to sum up the side deck. Now, for the packs, so